Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning. Sorry, my computer takes forever to wake up.
No worries. I saw that you were struggling with audio there for a minute.
It just always stalls out. I don't know why. I have to start it and then restart it again. It's weird. Every time it happens.
Do you have slow internet where you live?
We must. Welcome to Idaho. Everything's slow.
But pretty.
It is gorgeous. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. You
Weird,
might be getting close to getting some cold weather though, huh?
yeah, it's about that time. I guess I can't complain because we had a nice fall. So
Yeah, right.
it's time.
Yeah. Yeah. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody. Catherine. Hey, Dawn.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi,
Hey, Dawn, real quick, your husband emailed me and I went back, I read it, then I just realized I didn't respond, but I can't remember what it came from. If you could tell me his email or his last name, it was different and I couldn't remember what to search for.
Yeah, his last name is Molis. It's Mohlis.
Got it. Okay, I'll find it from that.
Okay. He's a commercial ag lender with Columbia Bank.
Yeah. And Ed, I don't know if you've networking with commercial lenders, but we've got a really good one in Hood River area. Yeah. So I'll put that in Teams for sure. And maybe we'll, if we have enough interest, we'll bring them on. I know Daisy just had a commercial deal fell apart, not because of lending, just Ed is more aware, but what a tough deal for Daisy. Boy, she works so hard and so hard. And just on a side note of that is boy, and not that Daisy did this, I'm not saying, but just it is just, you never are paid and you don't have any commission till that deal closes. And it does happen. Unfortunately, it's happened to all of us. The deals fall apart. Ed's just putting up the number 3. I hate to hear that, but it does happen. It just happens. And and we can give example after example of it. Like, this everything's, all the contingencies are removed. This is going to close. I can put something on a card because I'm going to pay it off in 2 weeks, 10 days. It just happens. It happens more than you want to know. And not enough, not to discourage you, but please don't spend money before it clears escrow.
Randy,
yes.
I just wanted to pop in and say hi. I have to go. And I just want to give the group an update on Bobby's farm. Bobby inherited a 90-acre, well, he inherited a third of a 90-acre certified organic farm in Sandy, Oregon, that we are turning into a farmers cooperative. So I put the URL in chat if you wanted to take a look at it. Very exciting. We are having an open house on November 9th, and we have farmers who are interested in joining us.
Yay.
How cool is that?
Right?
Yeah, it's what a great project. So
I have to go meet the pump guy.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for stopping in and welcome everybody that's joined us. That I take as a win for Catherine. Let's start with sharing some wins or anything great that's happened in the last week you'd like to share with us. Max, let's start this thing off.
Well, a friend of mine just called me on Tuesday, and he asked me, Tuesday or Wednesday, and he asked me if I could sit for a new construction site in Sumner, in Spanaway. And I did that on Saturday from 12 to 5. And around 1, I got the only couple that came by, but they are not represented by a realtor. And they do have a house to sell, but they're waiting to probably sell it in March. because they just purchased it this March. So
Oh,
for some
wow.
reason, I'm not exactly sure what is the reason that they have to wait 1 year and then either sell it or keep it as a rental and purchase one of the brand new homes. But yeah, so I think it's a win because it was just a call out of the blue from a friend. And now I have a possible couple that will do 2 transactions with me. So
Nice.
Fantastic. That is a win. Good for you. And that
awesome.
all happened because you showed up in an open house and took action.
yes.
Yes, absolutely. So good. Thank you for sharing that, Max. Anyone else? I I had last year I had 2 triplexes for sale, and through marketing, 2 sisters from California bought them. It was dual agency, and last week they called and says, hey, we're coming in town, we want to look at property. So this thing is continuing to pay benefits from one listing. But something of interest and that I want to share other than that, I think is certainly a win and exciting, is that I went to 2 new construction properties over the weekend with these 2 clients. One, I think, is 12 one phase. I think there's 12 or 15 homes. 8 of them are sold. Another, and that was probably 750-ish range, plus or minus, depending on the model, up to 800, down to, so 700 to 800 probably in that phase. Another model we went and looked at, there were 12 homes, $1 million, 1.1 to start, up to 1.6. And this was in Florida, and 3 of those sold before the model was completed. So the reason for me telling you that is people are buying homes. The market's moving. The media and all of the market shift. Yeah, the market's changing. People are still buying homes. Market's always going to change. People are buying and selling homes. So the time we were in the 1 model home in the 700,000 to 800,000 range, there were 3 other couples that came through in the time we were there. So hopefully that's somewhat encouraging. And just keep talking, keep marketing, keep pressing forward. People are selling and buying real estate. So
Great news.
yeah, good news. Good news. Hey, tomorrow we have a fun event. Janine, do you want to come on and?
Yes, but first I actually did have a question.
Oh, please.
It's to do with Dawn and our commercial property that we're about to close hopefully this week or next week. And we did all the contracts before. It was like in the seller's name, my mother's name, but now it's in a trust. Do we have to change all the documents?
No, just an addendum.
We have to do an addendum.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That specifies that the seller is the trust rather than your mom.
Yeah.
Which is basically the same thing, but it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Simple. I just on that note, I just sold a condo in Portland estate, and there was a trust selling it. And I just messed up SkySlope. However, it's set up, it's sent out. I meant for the person holding the trust or running the trust that was the signer's name to come up. Everything was signed as a trust, which I knew wasn't going to work, right? But I just did not want to go back after everybody had signed and do all that paperwork. So the seller questioned me about, hey, are you sure that I shouldn't have signed? My name's not on anything. And I says, no, I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to send you addendum. I just did not want to redo all that paperwork. So addendums can clean up a lot of things. You just sometimes, especially with financing, you just want to make sure it's A lot of times just run it by the escrow company or the lender, just to make sure they're all on the same page. Save you having to redo it. A lot of times with trust, I usually run it through escrow just to make sure the wording is how they can put it in title and it makes sense. So.
Speaking of lender, my positive today is to give a shout out again to Connie Crace. We have one that has been held together, in her words, with glue and duct tape. And I just want to say thank you to Connie, because we're one step closer. It's been probably one of the most painful things that her and I have endured, definitely together, but probably individually as well. And I'm just going to say they have made miracle after miracle happen. So I just want to say thank you to Connie, and give your business to her, because she'll make it happen.
Thank you, Melissa. And we've definitely bonded on this one and learned more about each other and growing and how to handle adversity with such, professionalism. And when I was down, you picked me up, and when you were rarely frustrated, I was there to maybe give some light to you, but you held me through this the whole time, because I kept running out of options and hope. And somehow my team and I came up with resurrecting it every time it died. And it died 3 times. So, yeah. So
well,
thank you for that.
What people need to know is that Connie and I were friends before we worked together. So, I mean, we didn't know each other too well, but we have a long-standing friend who's been trying to bring us together in business for a very long time. So we decided to forge a friendship first, and it came slowly, but we've worked a lot together, and we've become very good friends. And this could have caused any realtor and lender to just completely just fall apart. And when you partner with somebody and you have that good communication, it's worth it. And you will not see my face. So love y'all, but
Connie's
better than me this morning. I'm in a pink robe, okay? It's been a long weekend. Anyway, I just want to say thanks to Connie.
Well, thank you, Melissa, very much.
Thank you for that. And I've known Connie for a long time, both as friends and professionally, and have had Connie in the trenches, keeping deals together over and over. And the reason she's on the call is I know she'll do that for you guys. And Connie truly is a relationship person, and that, when she says, I'll get you a loan, or commits to it, it's personal for her it's not like, all right, well, that didn't work, on to the next. Connie will take it as that's their kids, their family, their life, and she takes it very personal. So thank you, Melissa, for sharing that. It's been my experience.
Thank you so much, you guys. It means a lot.
All righty. Anything else? Anybody? Janine did put the mastermind meeting tomorrow. So we're going to start having monthly meetings. And Daisy's daughter had surgery this week and is doing well. But once Daisy gets up and running, we'll start doing some things up in Seattle. Daisy had mentioned that she will hold some monthly meetings, but we're going to start. Janine is organized this one in Troutdale, and we're going to have vendors there and agents. And if you can come. It's just a great way for us to network, be able to meet in person, and just grow. So
right. So just to jump in really quick. So I'm trying to do it like every Tuesday, the first week. I always say this wrong. Okay, the first week of the month, the Tuesday. It sounded so awkward, but I'm going to try and do something at McMenamins just as a gathering. And then we're also in correspondence with Daisy to do the same thing up in Washington. Mm-hmm. That will maybe be the third week every Tuesday. So it's like a Tuesday mastermind, lunch and learn, and just to see you guys all.
Yeah. And bring guests. We'll just make it fun, but just a way to come together every month and just really spend more time like this call, but in person. There is for those of you up in the Seattle area and can make the drive, the EXP Washington State is having a Christmas really a holiday function. It's this Saturday. And so if you haven't registered for that, Janine had mentioned that it might be sold out.
It is sold out. I went back on there again and it's completely sold out.
Well,
Did
shoot,
anybody-
what was it about?
That's the Washington State Christmas, well, holiday. It's November 5th, this Saturday. And I don't know, Max, did you happen to get tickets to it?
No, actually, it's been sold out for a while
Okay.
because there was a training. I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday when there was a training that I attended for commercial, and they were talking about that. And one of the persons said, sorry guys, but it's sold out. You can sign in for a wait list kind of
Yeah.
thing. If somebody cancels, you may come in, but most likely done.
Yeah, they're having it at a restaurant, so it seemed like a smaller venue. And
It's a bit small, yes.
I think that they had, anyways, Janine has got one planned for next month in here. And we'll get with Daisy and see if we can all get together up there in December.
Right. Right. So I do have a Christmas one. I'll post it there too for you guys. And I'm always changing the image. I'm weird about that lately. But this is the Christmas one on the 6th. So I'm going to figure something out up in Washington too. So, because I want to see you guys all too.
Thank you.
Janine is our events planner.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank
I want to
you.
see you
Is
guys
that
all.
no- Is that November 6th or December 6th?
December 6th. The little Santa Claus one that I just posted, that's December 6th. That's
Oh, yeah.
Trousdale again.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I'll figure something out for Washington too of Daisy. We'll make it happen.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to bring up or discuss? This last Wednesday in the Washington State for training, the Washington State meeting, they brought on a lady that spoke on KV Core. And I don't know, Max, did you attend the training? It's recorded for those that did not.
I did attend it. There were some things that we have already done with Shannon,
Mhm.
so we're
Yeah.
good. She had a couple of ideas that might be new, might be useful. So yeah, if you can go ahead and watch it again, it has some value.
Good.
I liked it.
Good. And I know I've spent a lot of time talking about in the last few weeks, months about KV Core and Contact Manager. And it's just a lifeblood of your business to be able to keep your contacts organized and be able to communicate with them and stay in front of them, in front of mind. And it really is if you're going to be in this business long-term and you want to keep your costs down, the number one thing you want to do is build your database, nurture that database. And so it just really, there isn't an plan B to, okay, I don't have a contact manager. In today's world, in technology and the way people gather information, you just have to have one. So EXP provides one, and it's no accident that EXP's providing that as part of if you were not with EXP, what you have in a contact manager would cost you $600 a month. You can go look at KV Core outside. It's no accident that KV Core is providing you that. So please, we have Shannon in the boot camp that you all have either taken or can take. There's no cost to that. And there's great value. Sylvia Dana has hundreds of hours of free training in documents, Google Docs of step-by-step on how to set up your KV Core. So we want to help you. I want to help you. Just really the purpose is to know what you have, number one, and then the value of how it will truly help your business for the life of the time in your real estate. And really, is invaluable. It's like the foundation of building your business is a good CRM, and then you just continually feeding that, putting people in the database, making contacts, and kind of a segue into that is one way, not the way, but one way is listing to leads and generating leads and in gathering people that are interested in real estate and putting them into your database. And so with that, we've brought on listing to leads, which I feel is a little bit better marketing platform than KV Core. KV Core has some marketing, but some of the marketing that really helps you fuels lead generation, there's a cost to that. And so if you're going to spend the cost, I think KV Core or listing to leads is probably simpler for sure to learn and probably a little bit better at gathering leads for you. So on Fridays, we have a mastermind group. Katie ran that for us last Friday, and we'll continue to do that. Connie and Cardinal Financial are going to be calling and pre-approving those leads and helping you nurture and develop those leads so they're ready for you. And Cardinal Financial is going to sponsor that part and make it available to you. You know, that's probably, I think, it's around $60 to $75 a month if you were an individual using listing to leads, and there's no cost to you. I ask that you use it. If you're not going to use it, then, you know, I'm going to give you some time, but if you're not using it, we're just going to remove that account because there's a cost for us. And so it's no pressure to use it. It's there for you. But if you don't want to use it, if you're not using it, we'll just remove it. And then just get with me if you want to start using it down the road. And so Connie, if you don't mind coming on and just sharing a little bit about the market. And well, let me first ask if there's any questions on that. Connie, do you mind coming on, sharing a little bit about the market? And I know interest rates are creeping back up.
A tiny bit they are, but we had a meeting with the mortgage, I call them the mortgage gods, and they're saying, I believe, if I could recall, first quarter, they're thinking rates will go back down to the 5s. Now, I have not heard that before, so that was encouraging news. I felt. They also talked about the house prices dropping. I can't remember the percentage, but I believe in Clark County it was 10%. Does that sound right to you guys?
It does sound right. You know,
yeah.
We're starting
so,
to we're starting to see it for sure. But, you know, I think one, it's pockets, and this is Clark County, and I think Seattle's not. And Stephanie, how is your market? Are you seeing price drops in your market?
So Mike keeps quite a bit better tabs on it than I do, but yes, we're anticipating a 20% price drop, which you've already seen some of that already.
So. And we're seeing it here too. And here's another segue. Connie, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I do think that price drops are coming. But you know what? That's part of a normal market. You know, things go up and down. It's not like, oh my God, what's happening to real estate? No, that's just how real estate goes up and down. And we're going to be in a correction. We're going to start seeing, expired and canceled listings. And so that wasn't a market that we really could work. Nothing was canceled or expired. So that's an opportunity for you. Be careful. A withdrawn listing is not a canceled listing. And so just be sure that you know the difference. A withdrawn listing is somebody's listed their home, something's come up, some either family or just health or whatever. They've like, hey, we got to take this thing off the market. And so when they fix whatever that is, that reason, then they're going to put it back on, same agent, same listing, right? That's withdrawn. Or maybe the feedback is that something just needs, and they say, let's go ahead and fix that or paint that or whatever, and then put it back on the market. That's a withdrawn listing. A canceled listing is like, you know what, we're done. We're just going to cancel it. Those people you can talk to, and then certain expired listings. there is a
That's so
company.
great. I did want to mention one thing before,
Yeah, please.
when
Sorry.
you're done.
Yeah,
No, no.
Go.
So just so you, everyone kind of is aware, whatever lender that you're working with, I had one Friday come across to me with a past agent that I worked with for years with Redfin, and has switched to a different company, and they have their own MSA, which means they have their own in-house lender, which they have to send things to. And he hasn't been happy with the service. So this particular one came to me, and they had only approved him for 525. And I was able to get them to 600, possibly more, by doing our job right. It took us a little bit longer to get them pre-approved than we like, but there was 3 sets of income. So in this one, we ended up sending it to underwriting. Now, I don't know, I think they wrote the offer, but I think it fell through because they went in way too low. But I think some buyers think that because they're hearing the news that they can just offer crazy offers, which offends the sellers, right? So, but the moral to the story was that how I got them 75,000 higher just by one thing was they had student loans, and the lender they were working with was putting them FHA, and they had 20% down because of her score. But we went conventional, and we're able to drop those student loans by like half of what they normally are. So FHA, you have to hit them for whatever the actual payment is, or it's like 1%. And with conventional, we dropped it down to like a half a point. So it dropped her all of her payments on all of them. So we were able to get her approved for 625. So just things to keep, your lenders knowing the business, the program, especially with rates going up, people don't qualify for as much. When she first did this, I guess we were in the 5s, I guess, or 4, so she qualified for more. Well, now we're in the 7s. So those are just things you really want to take a look at, or have maybe a second opinion.
Very good. Thank you, Connie.
You're welcome.
Any questions? A couple more. There's a gentleman at EXP that is created, and I shouldn't say he's created it, but he's perfected. He goes after for sale by owners and expired listings, and he's been doing it now that I'm aware of for the last couple of years. And what he does is he goes to for sale by owners, addresses like, hey, I know the reason you're doing for sale by owners, you want to save money. I'll auction off your home through the multiple listing, pay me 3%, and I'll auction off your home. And he's perfected it. And it's called USA Home Bids is the website if you want to learn more. He's been doing this for years. And a lot of times, well, I shouldn't say a lot of times, but some of those conversations just turn into regular listings. But it's listing appointments. And now that expired listings are going to come up, he is going after expired listings with this same concept. And I had years ago, when expireds were very common, for sale by owner and expireds was where I grew my business. And one of the things I did with expired listings, one of the things I sold to them is, hey, I'm going to flip the listing. Typically a listing agent percentage is more than the buyer's agent. Used to be more prevalent, but I said, I'm going to flip that. I'm going to give a bonus to the buyer's agent. The commission's going to be the same. I'm going to take a little bit less. I'm going to put in a bonus. And it was a marketing as much as anything, but it worked a lot of times. It was something different, right? Well, this is something different. And I think that one, you should know about that it does exist. Corey did 2 homes. One was very successful because with an auction, and you will see auctions in the multiple listing, and you can do a search for homes that are being auctioned off. Typically, there are banks or REOs that will do this type of listing, but there's a setup and a system in the multiple listing for you to be able to do that. USA Home Bids teaches you how to do it. They coach you, they mentor you. I don't think the class is maybe $75 to take their class, and you can do all of this yourself. They're just started a marketing business. Well, they will do everything for you. You get to pick a zip code. You kind of own the zip code with the radius. They will do the marketing for you and feed you leads for a 30% referral. So they'll do it all for you. There's a mastermind every week. They have agents that are using this system and you can communicate with, they'll coach you, they'll help you. And if you want to know more about that, just reach out to me. But it's another way to generate leads. It's another referral where these guys are really good at what they do. They know that they can feed you. They say they're going to feed you probably 8 to 10 listing hot leads, meaning people that are ready to list their home, but they're being told that they'll list their home for 3%, right? Because it's through the auction. Now, I think you can have conversations where you might convince them that the listing just in the multiple listing will be a better avenue. But at the same time, this auction is working and they've had really good success with it all over the country. Russell's in the, I think, Sacramento area where he's doing the most of this. But anyways, reach out to me.
So really quick, Randy.
Yes.
Because I did do that 2 years ago. So you can also get like certified.
Yes.
And it's a great way to start conversations. That's how I got my listing in the Dalles, which we didn't go through home bids. We actually went afterwards the normal, but it's a great way to get conversations going.
Absolutely. I think two ways to generate conversations that is just, they're phenomenal is that USA Home Bids is one. Hey, I can list your home for 3%. And we can market your home. One, it gets the conversation going. And then from there, you know, if the bid auction doesn't work, you know, in the last one, they were really on fire, you know, you were getting multiple offers because everybody was lost their mind and didn't care, you know, and they were making offers, but they're still working. It's just, they used to say, hey, I can sell your home in 10 days. I'll have an offer, you know, they were short listings. And now they're changing that narrative to ask for 30 and 45-day listings. At the same time, once you build a relationship and they see that you're marketing and fighting for them, you can turn it into a regular listing.
Is it the one that I posted here? Is that the same one? Because you said USA Home Bids and I just have, this is Home Bids that I just posted.
Let me look.
I just want to make sure it's the same thing.
Let me look here real quick.
And then I was curious, is this also for commercial? Or is it only residential or land and lots? Do you know?
Right now, no, it's not the same.
It's not.
It is not the same. So you do USA Home Bids.
Okay.
For
This
more,
is another good platform, Home Bids.
yeah,
Sorry about that.
that's okay. That's okay. So another listing lead generation, I believe that's phenomenal is Curbio. You know, is where you can go market, go use your title company, get in a neighborhood where the homes are 25, 30 years old. You can search for homeowners that have been in their home 20 or more years, 15 or more years. Those homes, you can build instant value in those homes using Curbio. They don't have to pay any money up front. And Curbio is another fantastic conversation starter to get that conversation started with people that are looking to sell their home. Any questions on that? All right, you guys. Well, I hope that those of you that are in the Portland area can come tomorrow. We'd love to see you. And David, welcome. Glad to see you here.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, welcome. Savannah and Mary, thanks for coming, you guys. I think everybody else is, Robert, I think. All right, everybody. I'm glad you were here. Please reach out to me.
Thank you, Randy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Randy.
Yeah, only really
Absolutely.
quick. So Ed,
Real quick.
I appreciate that you're on the call today because David, he's down in the LA area and he's also in commercial. So just to introduce you to, since we have two commercial agents on here.
Oh, yeah, cool. Thanks. What part of LA are you in, David?
Irvine.
Okay, I'll be down in the west side next week, Thousand Oaks area.
I used to live in Thousand Oaks, actually, up until about 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, I'm down to visit my dad. Agora Hills, that's where I went to high school. So
Okay, yeah, I know Agora Hills, Westlake, Thousand
yeah,
Oaks. I lived
okay.
there for
I was gonna
5
say
years.
it's kind of hard to meet up when you're on each side of the basin, but I'd say if you were on my side, we hook up. But yeah, maybe we can share some deals down
Actually,
the road.
I do have to come up there sometime this week, so maybe I could hook up with you or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll put my number in the chat. You just text me.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
Right.
Good to meet
you. Savannah, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's more information on our meeting tomorrow, the Christmas event and home bids. Dawn's has put her husband as a commercial lender, Ed and David. Their Dawn's husband's contact information is there. And I know that Vern had mentioned that they've got some really great programs and doing some great things in commercial lending. So that's a great contact for you.
Wonderful.
All right, you guys. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Please, Friday, don't forget Friday, we're still KV Core Mastermind, lead generation with Listening to Leads. Bring your questions and we'll continue to grow and help you guys in that area.
And that's at what time? 8,
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Same link. The Zoom link is always the same.
Okay, happy Halloween, everybody.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Oh, yeah,
Look
that's
forward to
right.
seeing you guys tomorrow.
Yeah,
All
see you
right.
guys tomorrow. See you,
Yeah.
Melissa and Connie and
Bye.
Randy and
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take
Bye,
care,
everybody.
Have a great week.